Awesome. We are recording. Brilliant. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is 1 p.m. on Tuesday. That can only mean one thing. It's Tuesday Live Time with Luca. Welcome. My name is Luca Simmons. I'm your holistic nutrition practitioner. And this month alone, we have been talking about the brilliance of digestion and why it's such an important piece to being well and keeping well. And when you might want to start looking into how to improve your digestion and what kind of signs you could be looking for that say, oh, hey, it's your body calling. I need some help. That's the kind of stuff we can do with nutrition. I love holistic nutrition because when you nourish and you figure out the proper pieces that a person and a human needs on a day-to-day basis, you can nourish the body deeply so that then she can do what she needs to do. But there's always the question of, okay, well, first things first, are you eating well? Okay, sure, I hope that's good. But that's not going to count for nothing if you can't digest the foods. So how well can you take those foods and break them down into nutrients? That's the kind of stuff we've been covering all month long. I know, it's like one more thing to worry about. Yeah, it's true. But what am I going to lie about it? Am I going to say, yeah, just eat well and you're good to go? Well, then you don't get the full picture. Yeah, you can eat like a queen, you can eat like a king, but if you can't break that food down, that is one of the problems. If you can't get those foods into your system, that is another problem. And if you can too easily get the foods that are not broken down into nutrients into your system, that is yet another problem. And all of these issues are well supported by really enhancing that digestive fire and doing what you can to support the gut. So we've been talking about some ideas and things you can do to get started all month long. Know that I'm able to help you really pinpoint what's at the root of things for you, so you don't have to go guessing and find 18 different rules for different things. We'll clarify everything. We'll make it really clear and we'll get you on your way so you can get results faster. That's what you get when you sign up to work with me. So I do help people one-on-one, and I have programs and classes, all sorts of stuff. I will talk about them at the end of the video. If you don't want to stick around for that, then that's cool. Because the free stuff is where it's at, baby. So on this Tuesday, let's start first with this is not medical advice. If you have digestive issues, that is not something to ignore. Really obvious things like acid reflux, really obvious things like big old chunks of food in your stool can pick out the salad from last night. That is a pretty serious issue. If you also know that you're having a hard time digesting and you're down to 4 foods, that is a pretty serious thing. You need to get that checked out first things first. When you need help to figure out how food can be of service, then come call on me. I'll be your cheerleader, your yeller from the sidelines going, you're going great, do it, right on, keep on rocking. So we're going to get into what are some 2 or 3 lifestyle hacks that you can implement to make it really easy to digest. Free things, because for fart's sake, why is it so cost prohibitive to be a human right now? Let's keep it real. So I have 3 really super simple lifestyle hacks to help improve your digestion. Whether or not you're having a hard time with digestion, you would do well to heed this advice. First one, keep chaos at bay when you're eating. Here's the deal. When you're eating, your system has, your nervous system has two ways of moving through the world: rest and digest, or fight and flight. So rest and digest is for what? Oh, it's for resting. Oh, and digesting. What do you think fight or flight is for? You're right. Fighting or flighting. I can't handle it. Goodbye. Right? And the two cannot happen in the same moment. So when you get into fight or flight, you actually shut down digestion. That's one of the things that happens. And getting into that fight or flight is that stress response. And it's whether it is the external stress because you are trying to get work done while you're eating your lunch, or the emotional stress because COVID is dumb and you're hating it right now. Yeah, hands up, totally with you. Or there's the emotional stress because you're living in a dangerous time where maybe things aren't safe around your home. Maybe you don't have the steadiness of a job. Maybe the income isn't coming in for whatever reason. Or if there's internal stress, and that internal stress is chronic disease. So, or low-grade chronic inflammation. All of these things put you in fight or flight, and that shuts down digestion. Well, we're trying to turn it on for fart's sake. So how do you do that? Okay, well, so reducing the chaos actually helps put you, it's more favorable to put you into rest and digest. So first things first, keep the chaos at bay when you're eating. So that can look like turning off notifications on your phone, putting it on airplane mode. So you don't hear the ping, there's another email that came in. I'm eating my sandwich, I'm gonna have to, another email. I wonder if it's about that project that's due on Friday, right? I don't know, I have a theater degree. I'm sure you find that surprising. I help you imagine what life would be like without me. No, anyway, no. So keeping chaos at bay, phone pinging, other things. If you are reading a book and while you're eating, or you're watching a show while you're eating, your brain is concentrating on the show. Your brain is concentrating on the podcast. Your brain is concentrating on the book. It's not concentrating on eating. So reducing the chaos at mealtime is really important. Don't eat in front of the television as often as you can. Try to not eat in front of the television and just see how different you feel. Try it for 3 nights in a row. See if some of that late night acid reflux is alleviating a bit. See if your gassiness or your burping afterwards is kind of reducing. It's one of the ways to check to see if you're improving that function. So keeping chaos at bay is your first piece. Do what you can to really simplify around your meal times. So take away the distractions, take away any notifications. At our house, if the phone rings while we're eating, we do not answer, actually. Nope, we don't answer even if it's our parents. Sorry, mom and dad and mother-in-law and father-in-law. We don't answer the phone if you call while we're eating, because that's another distraction. When you eat, just eat. That's kind of a continuation of that rule. When it's time to eat, just eat. Don't do anything else. Don't try to get work done and slip in a few bites while you're trying to type out that essay that's due for school. Don't just munch mindlessly on your plate of nachos while you are, I don't know, watching a movie, like those types of things. So keep the chaos at bay. And when it's time to eat, just eat. I'll take that a step further. Don't eat in the car while you're driving your kids to their sports activities. If you can, and I know that that is inevitable. I know that dinner in the car happens more often than not, and a lot less right now in these current times because kids' activities have been canceled. But if you are planning where, well, I only have 40 minutes between picking them up from piano and getting them to their hockey practice, so we have to have dinner in the car, Luca? Okay. So drive to where you're going, park the car, and give yourself 10 minutes to eat, and just eat. Take the seatbelt off, turn around, visit, chit chat while you're eating. Don't eat while you're driving, because your brain is focusing on driving. When you're focusing on driving, you're turning on the stress response in order to keep you safe. Good work, body. Thank you. I want my family at the hockey rink safe, alive, and well. Yeah, of course you do. But too bad about that sub you're trying to shove down the gob. It's not going to get broken down into pieces because digestion's shut down. So when it's time to eat, just eat. Don't do anything else. And really, if you get to the arena and your kids have to go in to get their equipment on, don't go in with, or if you have to escort them, I guess, but then go sit and eat. Like really concentrate when you're eating. And that's another tip. When you're sitting down to eat, just eat. Yeah. Get into the food you're eating. Notice the food you're eating. You can give thanks and think about the people who had different components that made it to your table, for the farmer who grew the carrots, for the people who had to take care of the poultry so that you could have chicken, from the people who farmed the grains, and then the people who milled it and made it into the gnocchi. So you've got delicious gnocchi in there, you know, whatever the case may be. Thinking of the people who played a part in bringing the food to you connects you with the food and actually turns on the rest and digest mode. So more than that, smell your food. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? If it's homemade, do you like it? Would you tweak the garlic next time and add more or less? Because nobody needs that many vampires slayed that night. I don't know, right? Or what does it smell like? Does it remind you of anybody or anything or any time in your life maybe? Maybe the time you really did have to go get takeout, which I totally get. It's real life. You're sitting having Vietnamese in the parking lot while your kids are getting their equipment on and you're taking 10 minutes to yourself. Have that dish of Vietnamese pho and remember what it was like when you were there 20 years ago and you went traveling, right? Get into the sensory overload that is shared with food. Food can command your attention if you just turn the other crap off. Pay attention. She's sending you signals. That food talks to you in flavors, in scents, in the desire to eat. There's so much more to eating than just getting the protein and the fats and the carbohydrates and the vitamin D and the vitamin E and the minerals like magnesium and selenium. Oh yeah, sure, you need that stuff. I don't care. Food is so much more than that. Allow it to be so. Stop not listening to her. Listen to your meal, connect with your meal, smell your meal, really get into your senses when it's mealtime. So far, keep chaos at bay. And second of all, when it's time to eat, just eat and connect with that food. And your third and final tip is actually a really good one: eat with others. Do you know that when you eat with others, you actually enhance digestion? When you eat with others, there are now scientific studies. I love that we had to ask the scientists to check in for us because we weren't sure of ourselves. We needed the science to tell us, oh my God, really? Do we really have that much money? I don't know. That drives me bananas. I mean, I am super, super pro science. Do not get me wrong. But do we really need science to tell us that it's okay to sit and eat with people? Why can't we just sit and eat with people without having to check in? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? It is so a piece of how we have humaned until this current day and age. People always ate together because there was only one meal made. And if you didn't make it to the table in time, you did not have dinner. And if you did, it was a cold plate of something sitting on the counter. There was no microwave to warm it up. You ate when dinner was served. You happened to eat at the same time as everybody else. If you think about it, generations, hundreds, thousands of generations have happened now where everybody's eaten together. Guess what? It turns out that if you just do what your ancestors did, you support the natural biochemistry of being human because we evolved with that steadiness. We have shifted things so much in the last 100 years that we can't expect to evolve fast enough to catch up with it. I mean, you can try to bring in the new evolution if you want, and like all the kudos to you, but I've only got this short one life to live. Or what if I do? I don't even know if I just have one life. But what if I only have this one life? If I want to enhance how my body can function, I'm going to look to see what my ancestors did. Well, they gathered around a table. They ate together. When you eat together, you produce really good feel-good chemicals, even if there's fights at the table about politics. Like, I know that's always the joke. Yeah, but what if you don't like the people you're eating with? Get over yourself and go make excuses elsewhere. I don't care. But eating with people will actually enhance the rest and digest mode. It brings down the stress. Being with other humans is a part of what we need to bring down our stress levels. And to support being human, we are beings that thrive in connection and community with others. Mealtime is meant to bring people together over food. It's how it's always been. Don't mess with it. Okay, so those are your 3 rules. Keep chaos at bay. When it's time to eat, just eat and really connect with your food. Use your senses to see what's there, feel what's there, smell what's there, taste the texture. Think of the people that came to have a part to play in how this meal got to your table. And 3, eat with others. Those are all fairly easy to attain. And if it takes a little bit of thinking for you to figure out how that can work into your life, hit me up. I'll help you figure it out for sure. And also, just take a step. Just figure it out. Put your big girl panties on and figure it out. Okay, I'm blue in the face. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit pissy today. But it's because I'm starting to lose a little bit of patience. Be smart. Make good decisions. And when it's too much, bless it and get on with it. That's kind of a good rule, right? So in the meantime, listen, if you are struggling with digestive stuff, we're wrapping up the month of digestive talk at the end of January, but I talk about it all the time with my clients one-on-one. There's lots of content through the newsletter is the best space, the best place to get. But I'll tell you right now, I have 2-day flash sale on my gut class. So if you're ready to take that first step and you're like, okay, enough already, self, I'm going to take myself seriously. And I want to help improve how my digestion works. Well, start with the gut class. I just knocked $10 off of it for 2 days. So you're getting a sale price, $30 right now for 2 hours. You can watch it as many times as you want. You already start with 5 strategies on how to start improving your gut health. And one of those strategies is how to start diving into supporting your digestion. And more than the tips I shared today, I share foods and I share other ideas and ways to really make it your own so that this now becomes your stuff, because it's not mine. I'm handing it out. I don't want to carry it anymore. I want to take some of it, please. I've got lots of other ways to support you as well. I do see clients one-on-one, and I have tons of ways to do that. So if you have any questions or want some help to figure out what is a good next piece for you, best ways to book in for free 15-minute chat, and we'll do that. I'll put a link down below in the Facebook feed for those who are watching on Facebook. And if you're catching this on YouTube, then it'll be in the comments down below or the write-up. I don't know where I put it usually. Anyway, it should be easy to find. In the meantime, I wish you a delicious week ahead. Catch you next week where we dive into a brand new topic. I wonder what it'll be. I know what it is. Do you? For February. Okay. In the meantime, go eat some good food, bless it, and get on with it. And we'll talk next week. Salut, à bientôt.